Hello there, Jigyasu. Let's go. So this century, technology is present in every part of the world. I believe, although technology has been making people intellectually weaker, it has a positive impact on us too. Well done for using the conjunction though. Very good. This essay will analyse whether humans should adapt to technology or technology should adapt to us, with examples from the Canadian government and the University of Toronto. Okay, so if we say and Toronto University, that's fine. If we say and the University of Toronto, okay, probably actually like that. I would just go for University of Toronto, and I would just go for Toronto University, all right, or Toronto, as they say there. Technology enables us to learn new things. What could we say instead of things, Jigyasu? Well, we could say new subjects, new knowledge, new skills, and avail the opportunity to survive in a contemporary era where the competition is tough. We don't need too tough, because that means it's like it's too tough for you. No, it's too tough for somebody, probably the writer, which is probably not what we want to say, so it's tough. This is due to the fact that technology such as internet, computers and mobile phones helps us to acquire, such as the internet, okay, and mobiles helps us to acquire the knowledge about anything, okay. Once again, we've got this vagueness that we have right at the beginning, so be careful. For example, recent research by CSA, which stands for Canadian Survey Association, shows that Canadians are gaining 90% of their knowledge from usage of the internet, same as before, because it's not unusual for the residents of Canada to use technology more often. Therefore, humans must adapt to technology. No. No. The example and the argument don't correspond to humans must adapt to technology. Why should they? Just because Canada is gaining 90%, Canadians are getting 90% of their knowledge from the internet? That's not an argument, that's not a strong persuasive reason why humans should adopt technology. However, if you'd have said, therefore, by adapting to technology, and therefore by using the internet and adapting to technology, people can greatly increase their skills. Okay, now we're saying that if they do adapt, they can increase their skills. Okay, so well done for putting adapt in the final part, but we need to just phrase it slightly different. On the other side, technology has disadvantages as it has a negative effect on our cognitive skills and creativity. So as it can, we need to hedge this. Look at the end part of the course and you'll see some videos about hedging, and I want you to introduce it into your next essay. This is because we are becoming increasingly dependent on technology and instead generating our own ideas. We would prefer to find out from the internet. Because we are becoming increasingly dependent and instead generating our own ideas. Right, okay. Punctuation. It's because we are becoming increasingly dependent on technology and instead of generating our own ideas, okay, so research how to use that, of generating our own ideas, we prefer to find out what information, ideas, find out. It seems like a bit of a contradiction of what we've just said before there. For instance, a study by the University of Toronto, or Toronto University as we said before, indicates that 3/4 of the total population, 3/4 maybe, I don't know what fourths are, so indicates that 3/4 of the total population of Canada is dependent on technology. Consequently, humans should avoid the consumption of technology. No, the argument is not strong enough. Okay, the argument there is just not strong enough. And plus, it seems like a direct contradiction of what you said before. Okay, if you'd have said something like, this is because we are becoming increasingly dependent on technology and it is having ever more dangerous effects on our intellect, because that's what the question is asking about. Okay, having dangerous effects on our intellect. For example, the study showed that people can't do basic math, and because of the reliance on calculators on mobile phones, blah blah blah. Okay, that would have been better. Check your capitalization as well. In conclusion, technology should be adopted every. Okay, in conclusion, people should adapt to technology everywhere. However, it should be limited to some extent. It is predicted that it may affect the employment, as most of the work will be done through technology. When? In the future. So put it there. Alright, good work, Jigyasu. Still got some improvement to do. Good vocabulary. Check the use of capitalizations. Sorry. Also, just review the logic behind your argument. Okay? And the final sentences. Check that it makes sense. Let's go on to the task 1. Okay, good. 145. That's good. The paragraph shows 4 different cities that are expected to be visited by residents of 3 countries in 2018. Good. Firstly, 100,000 Americans will more likely to visit Paris. I wouldn't say more likely, there's just put will, yeah? Will visit Paris, whereas most of the Canadians in Mexico will visit Istanbul and Madrid, which will be accounted for, okay, with 68,000 and 64,000 respectively in 2018. That would have been enough, okay? Moreover, 20,000 Mexicans will prefer to spend their time in Istanbul and London. Don't use moreover. If we want to introduce the idea of the Mexicans traveling, okay, let's put first report about Mexico, then about Canada, and then about USA. Okay. So here we could just say, regarding Mexicans, 20,000 will prefer to spend their time in Istanbul and London. Okay, good. Good. Furthermore, London will be visited by 80,000 Americans, while Madrid will be visited by most of Americans. No, that's wrong. Will be visited by 44,000, while Madrid will be visited by 70,000 Americans, 30,000 Canadians, and around 60,000 Mexicans. Okay? That would be the best way to say that. 44,000 Canadians will visit Paris, while 22,000 Mexicans will spend their time in Paris. So, repetition. We could have rephrased this differently for clarity. Okay? For example, 44,000 Canadians will visit Paris, and 22,000 Mexicans, or even better, 44,000 Canadians and 22,000 Mexicans will visit Paris. Full stop. That's it. No repetition. Okay? Also, just the organization. Like I said before, talk about this, talk about that, talk about that. It's just a logical structure to follow. Okay? Let's go. Overall, capitalization again. We need to pay attention to this. We're going to be losing points. Overall, most of the Americans will spend their time in Paris, whereas, okay, summary. Just tell me the main factors. Okay. Overall, The preferred city for Mexicans is Madrid, Canadians, Istanbul, and America prefers Paris. Okay, that's it. Okay, we've got the idea here, but it could be simplified a lot more. So good work there, Jigyasu. We've got some work to do, so remember the corrections. Send me back the corrected versions. Send me the updated error list, and then send me your new essays, and remember to check them for mistakes you've made previously, and remember to incorporate what you've learnt as well. Okay, you're doing good. Let's keep on improving.